Hey everybody, Brian back at Strong Tower with you, and I'm excited today. We're going to get into a good session. What you need is 2 tennis balls. I have 1, but if you can grab 2, that would be fantastic. If you have 1, that's great. And a hand weight, so a single hand weight, a resistance band, and we're going to get you moving. We're going to do some bone rhythm in the lower body today, so really exciting stuff. If I can ask one favor as we get started, if you can share this video with a friend or family member, you're welcome to share. So grab maybe somebody that's home with you and share the workout time, maybe do it together. That would be fantastic. If you're able to do that, please do. And so we're going to start with a squat assessment. So what I want you to do is feet shoulder width apart. We're going to anchor the whole foot to the floor. Think about the heel, the toes, the whole foot just being grounded on both sides. We're going to push the hands out, settle the hips down and back, and then come back up. So I want you to assess for depth, range of motion, how comfortable, how challenging that squat is for you. And let's do like 5 reps. So just feeling through that squat, 5 reps or so, and then let's go into a shoulder assessment. So we're going to bring the elbow up to shoulder height, internally, and then externally rotate. So how far back can you bring the hand with the elbow staying at shoulder height and a 90-degree elbow bend, and then how far down and back can you bring the hand with same 90-degree elbow bend and both sides. So we'll just get a quick baseline on how sticky or how fluid the shoulder is moving through those ranges of motion, how far it will go to. So we're going to come back to that. I'm going to do something else exciting today besides bone rhythm, and it's metronome training. So it's the app that I'm using is called Soundbrenner. It's an app that you can get on your smartphone or other device, and I'm just going to start. Hopefully that's a good volume and it's not overpowering. We're going to start moving in tempo with the metronome. So really quick, the reason why we're doing this, it stimulates your basal ganglia, which is your motor planning area in the brain. That's an area that's degenerative in people with Parkinson's disease. And the cool thing about it is if you train it, you can actually prevent degeneration. So you actually can create regeneration. So we're going to go ahead and set up band around the ankle and move in tempo with the beat today. So tilt outside of the ankle, got that arch of the foot looped around, holding with the opposite hand. And ankle tilt on the beat. Great job. Then we're going to go to an inside tilt, so step out to a side lunge. I have the band off in the other hand, reaching it away from my torso as much as I can. Then I'm going to tilt to the inside of the ankle, again on the beat. Good job. So cool thing about that Soundbrenner app is it can go down to 20 beats per minute, all the way up to over 300, I believe. So huge range of tempos to work with. Let's go inside tilt again. You're doing great. I don't know if I was on beat there, but hopefully you are at home. Good. Or wherever you're moving. And then other foot forward. We're going to go outside tilt again. On the beat. Good. Hey. Way to go. Good. So working on stimulating that basal ganglia is going to improve your coordination and improve that brain area significantly. From there, we're going to ankle circle, so you can actually leave the band around the arch, and we're going to circle on the beat. You might want to hold on with this one. That's okay. Hold on to a wall, countertop, other direction with the circle. And trying to coordinate coming through the same part of the circle each time on the beat. This is a little bit fast for ankle circles and knee circles, but we'll stick with it. You got this. Good, other way. Nice job. And good, relax out. From there, we're going to go into ball of foot circle. So we're going to do this feet together in a neutral stance. Come up on the ball of foot. We're going to weight shift around in a circle through that ball of foot. So from the side or the back, heels are lifting up off the floor, and we're going through. Let's go the other direction. See if we can get on tempo. Good job. You got this. Good. And then we're going to knee circle. So knees are going to go side, front, side, and back up. And that's a pretty quick tempo. You got this. If you need to slow it down, feel free to do one knee circle for every 2 beats. Other direction. Whew. Good, starting to warm up a little bit. And then let's move into a resistance band train wheel. So we're going to loop around the shoulder blades, upper back. One really cool thing that we learned in our Master Practitioner webinar this week about this type of loading for the long bones in the arm. So our radius, our ulna, our humerus, that's a joke, not really, but it's loading the long bones in the arm when we use the band in this setup, meaning you're going to create those positive adaptations like improving bone density or actually keeping your nervous system more aware of that area by loading it. So, super healthy. Let's get after it. So we're going to go shoulder blade, upper back train wheel, pushing that arm out in a circle as a bar. But I'm doing that through the upper back. Switch direction and going in tempo again. If we can get on that metronome tempo, way to work. This is a 60 beat per minute. You're doing fantastic. Way to push yourself. Good. So upper back, shoulder blade circle again. Warming up that upper back musculature that controls the shoulder blade, helps it move cleanly over the ribs. Let's go into a lunge next. We're going to punch both hands forward. So again, creating some tension on those long bones in the arm. And then extend the mid-back, round the mid-back. Extend the mid-back, round the mid-back. Good. Breathe into that. Exhale. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you round out. And then same thing, other direction. You could adjust the band up higher or lower and focus on really moving that area of the spinal column into flexion and extension. Great job. From there, we're going to go into some cervical loading. So this is one where if you have a headband or a towel and you want to wrap that around your hair, if you have a lot more hair than I do, you may do that. If you have less hair, congratulations, you're probably good to go on this drill. So we're going around right above the eyebrow line, holding on, and I'm going to do a head turn away from where my hand is holding on tempo here. Again, adjust your tempo to half this speed if this feels too quick. Same thing going the other direction, so we're going to switch hands and switch direction of rotation. Great job. Let's go back to the other hand again. Now we're going to do a lateral head tilt, so bringing the ear down towards the shoulder. Let's see if we can go on tempo again. We're doing awesome. I think this is actually speeding up the warm-up for me and bringing the heart rate up a little bit more. So maybe more brain activation, created more of a metabolic effect, so pretty cool. We're going to go ear to shoulder. Your brain burns 25 to 30% of your daily energy, so it's an energy hog, and if we focus on activating it to the right level, not too much, usually good things happen. So head tilts that way. Then we're going to go into hip pendulum. I'm going to turn the metronome off for this one because I'm not sure what beat per minute we would want to work with. So we're going to hold on to the wall if you need to. Knee comes up. We're going to float that lower leg side to side. You can change the height of the knee up or down to increase range of motion or increase the level of comfort in that hip joint. And that's really where we're warming that up. It's getting that ball and socket joint really rotating. And same thing on the other side. Again, adjust for height, adjust for comfort there. Should get to a point, maybe it's 5, 10, 20 reps where this starts to feel good. And you're really feeling the hips start to loosen up a little bit. Good. From there, we're going to go into elbow circle, so arms out to the side. Let's go metronome again. So I'm trying to get through that elbow circle, hands come around the outside, and then locking back out at the elbow. Every time, hear that metronome click. Let's go the other direction. Good job. And then we're going to go into low back circle. I'm going to turn the metronome off for this one because I want you to go at your own pace for the low back circle. So knees bent, a little bit wider base with the feet. I'm going to drop to the side, roll through the front, and then come back up the other side. Let's do one more to the other side. Rolling through the front. Doesn't have to be super deep. Then let's go one to each side to the back. So coming back, around the other side and up nice and tall. Back. Breathe. Up nice and tall. Let's do one more to the front. It's my favorite out of the two, and that's often what I hear. People really like that front low back circle. Rolling through gently, pain-free motion, great job. All right, so warming up, we're gonna go closed chain hip circle as the next piece of the warm-up. So I'm gonna get into a side lunge position here, a little bit of posterior pelvic tilt, so I'm tucking the pelvis. I'm gonna push into the top of the femur over on this other side. So I'm just driving that long bone down and in as if I'm pushing it towards the other foot, but gently pushing it. So I'm not really cranking down on it too hard. All that does is provides a little bit of a deeper stretch, more effective mobilization in the joint capsule in that hip. So we're gonna weight shift to the other side, push into the femur again. Whew. Feels good to move. Way to get after it, you guys. And in a second, we're gonna come back and reassess after all that good stuff in the warm-up. So we started with what? Shoulders and bone rhythm squats. So I want you to learn what bone rhythm squats are, and then we'll reassess the squat at just a couple more reps. So the bone rhythm, if you think about this PVC being a really long, exaggerated bone, my femur, so the long bone from the knee to the hip, as you squat, that bone changes position. So what we're doing in bone rhythm is bringing an increased awareness of your brain to that area, and focusing a lot of times for people on the bone itself can actually improve the mechanics and actually just the drive and the motion itself. So the motor output or the motor drive. So you can see trying to tilt that PVC in tempo with what that bone or that femur would be doing. So I want you to first imagine that you have a visual just off to the side of your leg, something like a PVC or a short stick, and that's tilting with you as you go through your squat. So focusing here, not just really in the thigh muscles, I don't want you to focus on the muscles so much, is actually that bone angle changing. So that's step one. That one was kind of semi-helpful for me when I started practicing it. This next one was amazing. So I don't know if it's going to be the same for you. That might have been an amazing cue. I hope so. The next one, if you have two tennis balls, we're going to set them right first in front of the knee. So right kind of below the kneecap, in front of the knee, and we're going to push those tennis balls forward and then come back up. So that's step one. Pushing the tennis balls forward in front of the knee. So it's actually okay in a good squat pattern for the knee to track forward. Second piece of that is we're going to set the tennis ball right above the kneecap and now drive the tennis ball up. And this so far for me has been the most helpful bone rhythm cue, just external cue. So if you set the tennis balls there right above the kneecap, imagine that you're pushing them slightly forward and then up. So slightly forward and then up. And now I want you to come back and reassess, look at full depth for that squat. And for me, that feels a lot better, and it actually clears up more range of motion. So I'm having the ability to settle deeper into that squat and work the muscles, tendons, ligaments, joints through a fuller range, which is helpful, especially if we start to strengthen your body in that newfound range of motion. So those two did the reassess for the squat. I want you to check your shoulders quick. So we're going to go internal, external rotation. For me, the right one's definitely better. It was surprisingly sticky when we started out today. Left one's a little bit better too. From there, grab a sip of water. Hydrate. Hopefully you're shooting for at least half your body weight in ounces per day. So hydrate, super important. And then we're gonna get into a 40-20 strength-based, kind of like a crossover strength and conditioning today. All right, not to say there wasn't some strength work in the warm-up, because there definitely is, but now we're going to get into 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, so like a lengthened out really Tabata format. And so the first one, I'm going to give you 2 variations and then we'll dive into it. So split squat, one foot in front of the other, back foot, you're up on ball of foot, coming down and up, and being by a wall or countertop if you would like. If you have a hand weight and you want to hold that in front vertically, you could hold a kettlebell in front and load that way. For more advanced, if you're ready for a little bit more challenge on the balance aspect today, we're going to elevate the back leg. This could be a stack of pillows. This could be like a footstool or something like that. Doesn't need to be super high. If you have the range of motion for it, the mobility in the hips and knees, you could get the foot elevated up onto a couch or a chair. So we're going to go here, dropping in, and then driving back up. These are Bulgarian squats, so you can thank me later, you can thank the Bulgarians, however you want to do that. But we're going to get into whichever variation you feel is right for you. We're going to go 40 seconds on, 20 seconds to rest. That's 40 seconds on the right leg, then 40 seconds on the left leg, with some rest in between. Then we're going to do some air hunger squats together, so I'll describe that in the break. We're going to do some wall press abs, and then we're going to do some lunge with a bicep curl to a tricep extension. So I'm just going to flow through, try to keep the clock running as we get into it, and I will talk while you rest. So ready, set, here we go. 40 seconds on. That first exercise is the split squat on the ground or rear leg elevated. Okay, so we're pushing weight through that front heel, keeping the whole foot down though. And lengthening up nice and tall. I have a feeling, just in putting this together, that I'm going to feel it tomorrow. So I hope that's true for you too, in a good way. We're getting some good strength work in, and relax. Good. We got 20 seconds to rest. We're going to switch sides. And then the next one is an air hunger squat. So if you haven't done air hunger with us yet, you might think all these workouts are, but air hunger is very purposefully exhaling, holding the exhale. Don't get to breathe in while we're doing some strength work. So we're going to go to that one in just a second. But second side first on the split squat or Bulgarian squat. Whew, way to push. If you're doing the Bulgarian squat, you can work in a toenails down foot position if that's more comfortable, or you can flex the toes and get into a more vertical foot with the bottom of the toes pressed into whatever your foot's elevated on. Woo, way to push. That's awesome. 40 seconds of each. Next one we're getting into is the air hunger squat. Whew. So what I want you to make sure you don't do is push this to a point where you feel dizzy, lightheaded, anything like that. That's out. Stay safe. Stay healthy with this. So we're going to start squats. At some point through this set, I want you to exhale, hold your exhale, see if you can do a few repetitions, and you're gonna feel just a demand for oxygen build up pretty fast. So I'm gonna go now. Hold. Whew, and breathe. So wherever you felt like you needed to breathe in there, whether it's 1 repetition in, 5 reps in, great work. Whew, we're working on your carbon dioxide tolerance with that, so super important. It's going to help your respiratory system, help your vagus nerve, help your immune system. Whew, all right, and it is like it sounds, it's air hunger. So we're going to press into the wall for the next one, wall press abs. So driving hands into the wall and then marching the legs out. So low back is flat, have a little bit of posterior pelvic tuck. And I missed the first 10 seconds, sorry about that, here we go. Way to push. Hopefully you're set up and going at home. The more you push into the wall, you get a couple benefits out of that with a nice big drive into the wall. One is more ab engagement. The second is just a different way to load those long bones in the arms. Whew. So that's 40 seconds, you get 20 seconds to rest, way to push. Good job. All right, here we go. So next one is a bicep tricep. So if you have your hand weight handy, you can grab it. This could be a half gallon of milk, water, a water bottle, soup can. So we're gonna go into a lunge position. We're gonna elevate the elbow first, curl, and then a tricep extension. Bicep curl, tricep extension. Good, I'm gonna get where I can see the clock. Fantastic work. Got a little bit of forward lean, but the low back is firm, abs are engaged. I'm using this offhand to brace on my front leg. Good, really squeezing that bicep at the top, hand to shoulder, and then reaching back and out, squeezing that tricep as you extend the elbow. Nice job. Whew, way to fight through it. And 2, 1, finish. Good, good. We push through. Guys are doing awesome. All right, so same thing on the other side. We're going bicep, tricep. I'm going to switch the lunge position, so go into the opposite lunge. Breathe, grab water if you need it. And here we go. Lunge setup, elbows elevated. Coming back into extension, and then curling back up into flexion. So squeeze the tricep as you extend, squeeze the bicep as you curl. Nice job. 10 seconds down already. Here we go. Good job. So 6-minute circuit. We're going to go through this 2 times in 12 solid minutes. Getting a lot of work in, and then we'll cool it down. Good job. Whew. Should be feeling a little bit of a activation or burn in that tricep and bicep. 3, 2, way to finish. 1. Good. All right. Grab some water if you need it. Whew. Just going to take that 20-second rest. Try to keep the heart rate up. Keep going through round 2. Way to go, you guys. All right, here we go. We're into Bulgarian squats or split squats. Good, so I want to maintain a little bit of posterior pelvic tilt here. Getting long and tall coming out of that. Good. Squeezing the quad muscle at the top. Good, heel drive. Heel is anchored into the floor here. Whew. Good job, way to push. 40 seconds is longer than 20 seconds. If you've done Tabata with us in the past, haven't noticed. I'm currently noticing with you. Good job. Whew. Way to push through. So we got 20 seconds of rest, and we're going to switch legs. Way to go. All right. Again, if you wanted to hold a hand weight, you could progress this exercise, add some more compressive loading to it. And stick with body weight for today on this one. So coming down and up, your torso angle should be approximately at your shin angle. So that shin's gonna make a little lean forward. Torso can also make that slight lean forward. And then coming back up nice and tall. Halfway through, you got this. Here we go. Way to make the legs work. Way to push that floor away. Bring yourself back upright. Good. Whew. Breathing through it. Here we go. 8 seconds. Home stretch here. Good. And 1. Way to go. Strong finish. All right. We got air hunger squats next. So I'm going to start the set with air hunger this time. And then just breathe normally through the rest of the set. So about 5 seconds, let's do a full exhale. Hold the exhale and then start some squats while holding your breath. Whew. Recover, should be able to recover in a few seconds. And then let's keep going with the bodyweight squats. If those bone rhythm squats helped earlier where you're focusing on pushing that space right above the kneecap up as you settle the hips down, or maybe it was the PVC tilt, focus on that while we go. And almost there. Good job, ready to finish, good. So next one we got is wall press abs. I'm going to show you this one from the side with the box here. So you can push into a wall, but just want to give you the lateral visual of what we're doing with the bicycle motion in the legs. And so, pushing into that wall, you got the back is flat on the floor. Ooh, there goes the PVC. Good job, you guys. Here we go. So, bicycle those legs out. Good strong finish. Here we go. Under 3 minutes to go. You got this. You're worth it. Way to do this for you, for your family. Good. 10 seconds to go. Whew. Mind, will, emotions, body, all gonna thank you later. 3, 2, 1. And relax if they're not already thanking you. Good job. All right, so wall press abs. Last one. We got 2 minutes to go. So it's the arm burner, the arm finisher. We're going bicep curl to tricep extension. So if you got your hand weight, you get in that lunge position. Load opposite hand, free hand to knee. Curl and extend with that elbow up and elevated. Good job. Way to breathe. So nice tall posture. Good. Hey, halfway on the first side, you can do this. Here we go. Good. If you do hit a muscle fatigue point and you need to rest here for a second, kind of in that row position, midway point, totally fine. 8 seconds to go. Some of you are probably thinking, yeah, is that for us or for you? Yeah, good point. All right, rest. Good job. Hey, good. Last one. We got tricep extension, bicep curl, working both sides of the arm in one fluid motion here. So 1 foot forward, we're gonna get into that lunge position, brace on the knee. In 3 seconds, we're gonna elevate the elbow, keep the shoulder back, and then go tricep, bicep, tricep, bicep. Whew, way to go. Another way to come back through, since we did some metronome work today, if you wanted to come back through this routine, just pause on each exercise, pause the video. You don't have to listen to me, and you can just get your metronome running and knock out some reps to metronome. Another thing that I really like about that is it's another way not only to stimulate that important brain area, but also to get some external focus, so you're not so focused internally on the reps, you're focused on just keeping the beat. So boom, boom, boom. Like, you might be surprised how much work you can do in a session. Whew. Speaking of, way to get after it today. That's awesome. Good. So we got 12 minutes if you're feeling like you didn't really push yourself today, I did, but if you didn't, you could do a third round there. So we're going 40 seconds on, 20 seconds of rest. And I'm just going to shut the clock off here. And good. So cooling it down, I want to reassess shoulders, reassess squats. So grab some water, then we can check shoulder ranges of motion. So we're going to bring the elbow up, externally rotate, internally rotate, get a feel for where we're at. Same thing other side, external, internal, and get a feel for that one as well. Good. So from there, I want you to let's do 3 squats. Thinking about having either, if you like the PVC analogy, so that bone's vertical and then it tips as you come into the squat and it comes back up to vertical, however that goes. So again, the long bone in the legs from hip to knee. Second cue, if you like that one with the tennis ball, think about having those tennis balls on top of the knees, and as you settle into the squats, the tennis balls move forward and then they push up towards the ceiling. So 3 squats, get a feel for it. Still better, even after doing a lot of leg work, than where we started. For me, I hope yours is too. Shoulder range of motion was decent. So today, have a really specific spot in the ulnar nerve, or actually just to find and palpate the ulnar nerve. If you go to the inside of the tricep, right in between the tricep and the bicep, you're right above the elbow here. So we're gonna gently press in and then down towards the tricep. And you may find a little ropey structure, which is actually your ulnar nerve. So you want to be fairly gentle with this, but we're going to hold a little bit of stimulation, maybe even shaking the fingers a little bit to stimulate that nerve while we do your nerve glide. And I'm curious if that impacts on something like grip strength. You could test that later, or something like your shoulder range of motion. So we're going to bring the elbow up, holding that spot with the opposite hand. Fingers are open, wrist is extended. So there. And then the elbows out to the side. Shoulder blades down. We're just going to gently stim that nerve a little bit. So ulnar nerve is really important for grip. Grip strength, if you type a lot, this is one that we really want to keep mobile, keep healthy. Head can go away if you don't feel much sensation. So if your head's neutral and you're like, I'm not sure I feel anything, you could tilt your head away until we get just a gentle 3 out of 10 stretch. Again, providing some gentle stimulus with the offhand at that spot. So then I would assess the shoulder on that side. Maybe a little bit better, wasn't hugely impactful. Again, grip strength would be a really good one to test for this one. So again, finding that spot right above the elbow, inside the bicep tricep, in between the bicep tricep. You're going to gently press in and then press down towards the tricep, or in this case towards the floor, how my arm is set up. Then gentle stimulus, you're going to extend the wrist, extend the fingers, bring the arm out to the side, shoulder blade down. One thing that you may notice if you're on the nerve and you're being really gentle with this, just with that light stimulus even, sometimes people report that the area seems to warm up, and that's absolutely normal and accurate. Like you might feel like a warming sensation. For me, it went from where I was palpating all the way out to pinky finger, ring finger, which is where the ulnar nerve travels and helps those last 2 fingers flex and squeeze down, grip down on things. So you can reassess the shoulder, that side, great job. We're gonna do one more thing for the nerves and for spinal lengthening. So I want you to think about your L4, L5 in the low back up to about C5, C6. So from really lumbar to cervical, or bottom of the spine to the top of the spine, think about the bottom dropping towards the floor and the top lengthening up towards the ceiling. So I'm just really exaggerating length here. From there, I'm going to hold my hands in a median nerve glide position. So wrists are extended, fingers are open, shoulders are down. I'm lengthening the spine. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And then as I exhale, full exhale, focus on lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. So again, lengthening from top of the spine to the base of the spine. I want you to do one more of those. If it was too intense with the hands out, you could do the same thing. Deep breath in, breathing into right around T6, your xiphoid process. So deep breath in, lengthen, exhale, full exhale. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Whew. Good. And then let's reassess. We'll do 2 more squats. Check the shoulders, and then good to go. So driving the knees forward and then up a little bit, right above the knee, and then internal, external rotation. It's fantastic work today. Way to get after it. I hope bone rhythm was helpful. If it was, please drop a comment, let us know. Shoot us an email, send me a text, send Amanda a text. Just let us know one way or another. Hey, bone rhythm was awesome, or maybe you didn't notice anything, or bone rhythm was terrible. We'd like to know that too. So thanks for your feedback, and keep working hard.